Details. Nigeria's unemployment rate has now gotten to 27% in the second quarter of 2020, along from 23.1% reported in the third quarter of 2018. The National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) disclosed this in its Labor Force Statistics, Employment and Underemployment report released on Friday. According to the NBS, the number of persons in the economically active age of 15 to 64 years jumped from 115,492,969 in third quarter of 2018 to 116,108. According to the NBS, the number of persons in the economically active age of 15 to 64 years jumped from 115,492,969 in third quarter of 2018 to 116,871,186 in second quarter of 2020. This was 11.3% less than the number of persons in the third quarter of 2018. Of this number, NBS said those within the age bracket of 25 to 34 were highest, with 29.1% of the labor force. A further glance into the latest NBS unemployment data indicated that the number of employed people in second quarter of 2020 slumped by 15.8% when placed side by side with that of third quarter of 2018. At 48.7%, Imo State has the highest unemployment rate in the country and is trailed by Akwa Ibom State with 45.2% and Rivers State 43.7%. Anambra State, however, has the lowest unemployment rate in the nation with 17%. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate in Edo State has dropped from 25.1% in third quarter of 2018 to 19% in the second quarter of 2020. The Nigeria Bureau of Statistics (NBS) disclosed this in its latest unemployment data in the South-South region released on Friday. According to the NBS reports, Edo State has the lowest unemployment figure in the South-South, better than 5 other oil-rich states in the region. A breakdown of the data showed that Akwa Ibom has 45.2% unemployment rate, followed by Rivers, which has 43.7%, Delta has 40.3%, Cross River has 31.6%, while Bayelsa has 27.8%. The NBS reported that of the 1.9 million people working in Edo State, 916,871 of them are fully employed and works 40 hours per week, while 692,160 work 20 to 39 hours. Meanwhile, Edo State government says the 6.1% drop in unemployment in Edo State is the outcome of job creation drive of the Governor Godwin Obaseki-led administration. A statement by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Media and Communication Strategy, Christopher Sagi, said the new feat was made possible through the Edo State Skills Development Agency, Edo Jobs, which has created over 170,000 jobs through innovative programs in the last 3.5 years. He said the new figures validate the data provided by Edo Jobs, which had been vetted by several independent research outfits. He noted that the Governor Godwin Obaseki-led administration is data-driven, which informs its policy thrust and influences and influences the outcomes of its reforms across different sectors of the state. While maintaining that the government will not rest on its laurels, he appealed that as the election draws closer, Edo people must be reminded that Governor Obaseki has kept to his promise to create the enabling environments to create jobs and would continue to expand the frontiers for more jobs to be created. The Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has approved all outstanding promotions in the state public service. In a letter dated August 14, 2020, the state head of service, Anthony Okombua, said ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs, about these announcements directed to commence the process of the promotion exercise of eligible officers without delay. The letter added that all accounting officers are to, with immediate effect, ensure strict compliance with this directive. And following the movement of Governor Godwin Obaseki to the PDP from the APC, thousands of women in Igara, Ososo, Unome, Ekwedo, Ikweshi, and other wards in Akukwedo local government area have crossed to the PDP as a show of support to the governor's re-election bid. The defection was made formal in an event put together by the women's wing of the PDP campaign council. The women said their decision was informed by the benefits they have enjoyed since the governor's tenure took off in 2016, especially on the area of road infrastructure, education for their children, welfare and human capital development, among others. They said their decision was no more about politics of ideology, rather one influenced by proof of impact. At Ososo, in the same local government area, both women and youth who defected from APC to PDP set ablaze their brooms, the symbol of the APC, and their party cards. Still talking politics in Edo State, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, said it will deploy no fewer than 20,000 ad hoc staff for the conduct of the September 19th governorship poll in Edo State. The technical advisor, Professor Bolade Eyinla, to INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, said this during a virtual meeting with journalists in Edo organized by the International Press Council, IPC, on the role of journalists in Edo election. Eyinla said the recruitment of the 20,000 ad hoc staff will be done through INEC's portal, which he said had been opened. He said the National Youth Service Corps NYSC members serving in Edo would constitute a larger percentage of the number of the ad hoc staff, adding that the rest will be selected from the INEC ad hoc recruitment portal. And on to the educational sector, where the Edo State government says it has not fixed resumption date for junior secondary school JSS 3 students in the state. The permanent secretary in the State Ministry of Education, Stella Marisi Masoe, said on Friday. She said the date of the examination will be communicated to them in due time, and according to her, government is putting modalities in place to make adequate preparations to accommodate the JSS 3 students in line with the COVID-19 guidelines in place, as it were in the case of the SS3 students. The permanent secretary, however, warned private school owners not to allow other students in the school yet, as government only permitted senior students who enrolled for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination, WASC, slated for 17th of August. Recall the Edo State government permitted the senior secondary school students to resume on August the 10th to enable the students prepare for the certificate examination. From Edo State to Lagos, a total number of 10 cars and a trailer were raised on Friday in Lagos during a fire outbreak which occurred within the yards of Lagos State Traffic Management Agency LASMA in Oshodi, Lagos. The vehicles were among several vehicles which were impounded by the agency. At press time, the cause of the inferno, which started from the compound where impounded vehicles were kept, could not be ascertained. The Director General, Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, Dr. Olufemi Oke Oshayitolu, said the incident did not record any casualty. The special forces approved by Defense Headquarters to stop the senseless killings and restore peace in southern Kaduna have arrived Kafanchan ahead of their deployment to the various flashpoints in the area. The special Special Forces, which was drawn from the Nigerian Army, were received at Sector 7, the headquarters of Operation Safe Haven, by the Kaduna State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Arunwa. Addressing the troops, the commissioner charged them to take the battle to the bandits and ensure that peace and security are restored to southern Kaduna. He also thanked the defense headquarters for graciously approving the deployment of the troops to southern Kaduna and assured the support and cooperation of the state government in making the operation a huge success. I will also call on non-state actors, especially residents of the affected communities, to give their maximum support to the troops during the period of the operation through intelligence sharing mechanism. Kaduna has been experiencing a series of attacks, with a recent one carried out 4 weeks ago. KUFM News then returns right after this break. Please stay with us.
Beautiful one, I call on you today.
Bless you.
This not become a bless you. This season when we say coronavirus, so they show itself for the world there. Now time to use tissue paper or handkerchief. Take cover your mouth or nose when with a cough or sneeze. This not time to always wash your hand. Use hand sanitizer where it contain better alcohol. This not time to give ears, as in avoid me, give me space to any person where they cough or sneeze. This not time to protect yourself or neighbors from sickness. So if you notice anything, sharp, carry yourself or the person go hospital or call this number free of charge. You're not going to collect money for your hand. That is toll-free number for 080 00 26 7662. 080 00 26 7662. The first thing bring this other number for 080 09 70 00 Remember, say life now says coronavirus not the show for face, so and person with their life and you carry first to this message but on KUFM 2.7. We call on you today. Come feel this place today. Let your presence melt amongst us. Oh, show divine.
You're still listening to News Dawn on 92.7 KUFM. On Extra Voices, our correspondent takes a look at the reopening of Benin Airport after months of closure and how the new guidelines affect air travelers. This comes up in a moment.
In the ever-revolving world of news, one story becomes extinct the moment another major story breaks.
Market women don't know whether they be anything.
But with KUFM's Extra Voices, the story never dies. It just takes on a new life.
Market women, there's no water in the house. The toilet is not good.
We don't have any fashion in APC.
We bring you new angles and fresh perspectives to every story, no matter how old or remote.
There are a lot of educated people that are involved in politics nowadays.
We go a little beyond the surface to get you those extra details ignored in the rush for the news.
Now bridge, that will take the entire now.
Some don't die for inside.
We go beyond the lines to bring extra voices, not just for those making the stories,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
but for those affected by the stories.
I've lost one bag of rice. Documents.
So it's a real disaster.
With Extra Voices, we add new flavor to give fresh perspective and taste to an old story. Extra Voices airs every Wednesday and weekends on KUFM's major news bulletins.
After over 3 months of halt on air traffic, commercial activities have picked up at Benin Airport after the federal government lifted the ban on domestic flights. The Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria FAN disclosed that all necessary COVID-19 guidelines have been put in place for passengers' safety. Extra Voices crew was at the airport to monitor the first week of flight resumption.
The Benin Airport came back to life on Monday, 27 July 2020, with its first afternoon flight after over 3 months that it was shut down by the federal government. Assistant General Manager, Corporate Affairs, Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria FAN at the airport, Mabel Olufemi, said COVID-19 modalities are being observed following the resumption of flight at the airport.
Social distance structures on ground, like the seats are spaced. They are not so close together like they were before COVID. Then we have hand washing system outside the terminal, and we also have the health check stand where they take the temperature of the passengers before they have access into the terminal. Then after they do all that, they still sanitize the luggage, their shoes and all of that before they get inside the terminal.
She said the use of face masks is compulsory at the Benin airport, as passengers must wear them inside the plane.
If you are not wearing your face mask, you are not allowed inside the terminal. So inside the aircraft, too, you are expected to keep your face mask on at all times, probably until when you get to your house.
The Assistant General Manager, Corporate Affairs, Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria (FAN), Benin Airport, also noted that the night flight is also available at the airport.
All the airport facilities are in order. We operate night flights now.
Some of the passengers who spoke to Extra Voices say they are happy that they could fly again, while they praise FAN for adhering to COVID-19 guidelines.
When I came in this morning around 10 a.m., in fact, we were told to come in 2 hours before the scheduled flights. And what I observed is the airport is following NCDC protocol.
It's exciting because the road travels haven't been so easy, though everyone is trying to take precautionary measures to be safe, but I think all around that it's better. So yeah, you have to put on your face masks, and yeah, there's a seat apart from every chair, so I think the measures are very encouraging.
At least it's easy in our movement right now. Thank God. We just pray that this pandemic period will be all over, and we'll start living a normal life. I'm happy. It's good.
They also decried the level of insecurity across the major roads in the country, as some of them say they could not travel during the period the airport was closed.
The roads are not safe. Our only option now is flight. And the resumption of flight will go a long way to save this nation from economic starvation. You can't do anything. You can't travel by road. The armed robbers are there, the kidnappers are there, and the roads are not even motorable. They are like death trap.
Within this lockdown, I've not really traveled outside of Benin, but with the stories I've been hearing, I think it's not been very, very good for road travelers, especially on Benin-Abuja Road.
Public Relations Officer, Airport Car Association Benin Branch, Christopher Onobraye, say drivers are happy with the flight resumption as patronage is okay.
People were already tired. People want to fly. So they themselves were waiting to hear the day of flight. And it was despite that it was only one airline that operated. The patronage was okay.
Meanwhile, food vendors say sales have been low as they now manage to sell when compared to what was obtained in the past before the airport closure.
We are just managing, it's not functioning like before.
Thank God though, but we're just managing the sales for now, no sales.
The Benin airport resumed flight operation on July 27th after the COVID-19 lockdown, and it is one of the busiest airports in South Nigeria, with a night flight landing facility that was donated by Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki in 2019. For KUFM's Extra Voices, Lewedum Asagwaram.
Coming up in a moment on our entertainment news, Genevieve Nnaji becomes Toronto Film Festival ambassador. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You're still listening to 92.7 KUFM. KUFM's News Dawn. And now to our entertainment news, where Nollywood star actress Genevieve Naji has been unveiled as one of this year's Toronto Film Festival ambassadors. The celebrated filmmaker will join globally recognized filmmakers including Priyanka Chopra, Tatiana Maslany, and Shamia Anderson, among others, for the festival, which is scheduled to kickstart virtually from September 10th to September 19th, 2020. The move to hold the first of its kind festival comes in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. It was learned that the ambassadors will engage with audiences via an interactive digital experience. And now to Nigeria, where Kunle Afolayan has debuted a brand new trailer for an upcoming legal series titled Ekolo. The series, which has been 5 years in making, will premiere as an independent production of Afolayan's KAP Motion Pictures. According to the ACE director, the upcoming series created by Tom Adebiyi will be packed with information on Nigeria's legal system. The 4-minute trailer stars a star-studded cast including Caroline King, Bimba Manuel, Mona Lisa Chinda, Ronke Oshodi, Shafi Bello, among others. And finally, on entertainment, Nigerian singer and songwriter Damini Ogulu, known as Burna Boy, has released his much-awaited new work, Twice as Tall. The latest album by the African giant recorded 5 million streams within an hour of its release and also generated excellent reviews. Twice as Tall, which was produced by Didi with support from Burna and his mom, is expected to outperform last year's album, African Giant. The album was recorded in Lagos due to coronavirus restrictions and contains 15 tracks featuring Chris Martin, Stormzy, Naughty by Nature, among others. It also received contributions from Nigeria's Spaceship Collective, Mike Dean, Timbaland, and others. And that's it on entertainment. And now in sport, Thomas Muller, Felipe Coutinho scored twice as Bayern Munich trashed Barcelona to reach Champions League semi-final. Ego Saibeka has more on our sports desk this morning.
And now on to sports news. We had Germany midfielder Thomas Muller and Brazil forward Felipe Coutinho scored a brace as German champions Bayern Munich sent out an emphatic message to their UEFA Champions League rivals after trashing Barcelona 8-2 at the Estadio da Luz in Lisbon on Friday night to reach the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League. Bayern, who have won the title 5 times, were on a different level to their Spanish rivals as they scored 4 times in the first half through Muller, Ivan Perisic, and Serge Gnabry, while David Alaba scored an own goal to make it 4-1. The Bavarians added another 4 in the second, with informed striker Robert Lewandowski scoring his 14th goal of the season in the tournament before Joshua Kimmich and Felipe Coutinho completed the rout. Luis Suarez netted for the Spanish side in the 57th minute as the shambolic Barca, whose defensive errors were too numerous to recount and now have a new and embarrassing record defeat in European competition to their name. Bayern will find out their semi-final opponent on Saturday when England's last remaining challenger, Manchester City, face French side Lyon tonight. Meanwhile, Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola says striker Sergio Aguero will miss the Citizens' Champions League quarter-final against Lyon on Saturday through injury. The Argentina striker had surgery on his knee in Barcelona in June, but had yet to be ruled out of the resumption of the tournament. However, the 32-year-old has not joined his teammates in Lisbon for the last 8 against the French side, Lyon. The Spaniard said he did not know if Aguero will be fit for the remainder of the competition if City progress. Red Bull Leipzig will face Paris Saint-Germain in the first semi-final on Tuesday. And finally now to tennis, where former world number 1 Serena Williams lost in the top seed open quarterfinals after fellow American Shelby Rogers came back from a set down to win their rain-delayed match 6-1, 6-4, 7-6 in Lexington. Serena Williams dominated the first set, but the resilient Rogers forced a decider. Rogers ranked 116 in the world, then edged the tiebreak to record a memorable victory. It was the Americans' first loss since 2012 to a player outside the WTA's top 100 since Virginia Razzano at 2012 Roland Garros. The tournament top seed who came from a set down to beat her sister Venus in the previous round was playing her first tournament in 6 months. And that's it for sports. My name is Ewusa Aigbeka. Back to you, Orlando.
Thank you so much, Agosa. And that's the news. But before we go, let's take a quick recap of the headlines. On the news, Nigeria's unemployment rate rises to 27.1%. INEC to deploy 20,000 ad hoc staff in a dual election. And finally, fire got 10 cars and trailer in LASTMA's office. Please do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your parts. Meanwhile, coronavirus is real. Wash your hands regularly with soap and running water. And please stay safe. Don't forget you can listen to us anywhere in the world, either by visiting our website at www.kufm.net, or you can download our KU mobile app from the Google Play Store. Remember, we're also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria. KUFM News Dawn was produced by Nusahai Owadiai. I am God's Love Orlando saying thanks for listening and good morning.
7 KUFM.
Jesus, my boss. Jesus, my
Don't touch that dial.
FM 92.7. We got you turned up through the roof.
Turn your radio up. Turn us up. 92.7.
And day that God has given me, we are made for signs and wonders.
Good morning and welcome to the Bob Only Devotional. Be blessed as you listen.
Today is Saturday, August 15th. Our topic is Grow in Your Sonship Consciousness. Our Bible texts are Galatians 4 verse 6 to 7 Living Bible, Romans 8 verse 16 Living Bible and Amplified Bible, and Psalms 82 verse 6 New International Version. I read, and because we are his sons, God has sent the Spirit of his Son into our hearts. So now we can rightly speak of God as